A lot of questions are going to be answered in this episode, but one thing that is very clear is that we will not be the new Schalke manager. Hello and welcome back to more Careering Onwards with me, Mr. Grand 2 on Football Manager 20, and this is probably the episode where we make our next career move, where we leave Leicester City behind to take over somewhere else. And it's not going to be Schalke, but it is most likely going to be the team who have offered us a contract already, which is Borussia Mönchengladbach in the Bundesliga. Still a league I've never managed in, either in this save or indeed any save, so one I'm keen to test myself in. It is also going to be the episode that will decide our future as France manager. We are into the quarter-finals of Euro 2024 against the Czech Republic, who we will play in this episode, as well as all subsequent matches. Hopefully the semi-final, hopefully the final, and hopefully we win it, because I don't think the French FA are going to be very happy if we don't. So then, there are decisions to be made, and now we have, as I said, we've already been offered a contract by Borussia Mönchengladbach. That is in the bag. We have delayed it for a week because I wanted to see what happens with the Schalke job. We've obviously now not got the Schalke job, so it is very much a simple choice. Do we stay at Leicester City? I think the answer to that is probably no. As good a team as we've got there, I think I want a new challenge. That's literally all it is. Do we go to Borussia Mönchengladbach, which is looking like the best choice at the moment, or do we continue to just sort of delay that and then wait and see what happens after the European Championships are over? Because obviously national team bosses are going to get sacked, potentially including me. They will then be replaced by other managers, many of whom will be club managers. We saw last summer Claude Puel left France to take over at Liverpool after Jurgen Klopp was sacked, and that's why we got the French job. It's going to be the inverse of that. There are going to then be other club vacancies available that potentially are better options than Borussia Mönchengladbach. My feeling at the moment is probably to accept it, because if we keep stringing things out, then we will potentially run out of time for pre-season, we will run out of time for making transfers, we'll miss out on players that will make a difference to the team. I think it's the one for me, really. I think it's the one for me. We could gamble on there being other options, but I don't know. I think this is the next step up for us, really. They're in the Europa League. They've got £66 million to spend. The squad that they have already, they've got some decent players. There are issues, which I've been looking at in between episodes. They don't really have any strikers, or at least no strikers who I describe as good. This guy, Regen Radovan Sujnajar, looks amazing, except for his 9 finishing, which for me is utterly atrocious and will never cut it, and he cannot be the starting striker for us. That is just not good enough. But they've got a lot of other decent options. They've got Callum Hudson-Odoi, who doesn't look amazing, but we know obviously how good he can be. We've got Maximilian Eggestein, who looks decent. Dennis Zakaria looks very, very solid in midfield. There's a lot of good defensive options, not necessarily the best attacking options. I would say Breland Bolo is very good, potentially as a striker, but probably more likely as a right winger. So there are options, and with the money that they've got, we can definitely improve the squad. Right, it's that kind of gamble. When do the Euros end? Let's have a look. The 14th of July is the final. That's not too far away. We could potentially extend, we could delay another week, but then you have to wait for the interview, you have to wait to then get the job. I don't know. I don't want to miss out on any more pre-season time. We've got pre-season about to kick off with Leicester, to the point that I'm going to make Mark Bonner take charge of friendlies, because I don't want to have to be distracted. So it kind of is a little bit of a sideways move, but it's sort of sideways going up slightly. Obviously, the Premier League have a lot of money. Bundesliga has a lot of money as well, from what I can tell. And we're not likely to win the league with them necessarily, given Dortmund and given Leipzig and given Munich, of course. But I think that it's a good opportunity for us just to shake things up a little bit, because I'm enjoying Leicester. I'm definitely enjoying Leicester. Don't get me wrong. It's been a great time. But the whole point of this save is that it's a journeyman, and we're moving around and trying out different teams and proving ourselves at different teams in different countries. if I do have an ultimate aim for this save, is to become the most successful manager of all time, and to just win multiple trophies in multiple different countries. And we can't stay in England for that all the time. None of the top 6 jobs are available at the moment. There is nowhere better to go in England than those 6 clubs, really. Certainly amongst what's available now. So I think that it makes sense, even if it just ends up being for one season, go to Germany, see what we can do with Mönchengladbach. Maybe we can pull a few surprises. And then obviously next summer there'll be other jobs available as well, and we can, think about that then. So this is my concern. There's been offers made. Troy Parrott is available, offer from Wolfsburg. We don't want to lose out on him. So I kind of we should have really confirmed in the first place, really. I had kind of made my mind up. I think what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to be a bit naughty, and I'm going to make a bid for him with Leicester. I'm just going to bid exactly what Spurs want, and then just to sort of string it out as best as possible. In fact, I'm literally just going to give him whatever he wants. Literally whatever he wants. I'm not going to negotiate. And then we can just cancel it. Hopefully then everyone else's bids will be out of the question, and then he can then be maybe signed by us as Mönchengladbach manager. Very naughty, but we're going to do it anyway. Right, England have been knocked out by Croatia, so even if we don't win and we get sacked by France, you would think that the FA would be relatively interested in giving me the job instead. Right, hang on, who's this guy announcing under-23 squad? I thought I was doing the Olympics. Why? Who is this? Alain Waterloo. Okay, well, this is gonna be the episode of just me being a complete arse. Right, you've been removed, mate. You're sacked. Just get rid of him, and then we're gonna take over instead. Right, there we go. So under 20. Can I appoint myself as under 23s manager now? Can I just do that? Is that something I can just do? I mean, I think I've done it now. I think I've taken over as under 23s boss, unless it's a vacancy now. It's a vacancy. Well, we're just gonna. Can I apply for it myself? Apparently not. I mean, does that mean we're in charge? Are we in charge or not? I'm very confused. I've just sacked that poor man. Alain, what have I done? Just a horrible person. I mean, we've ruined Elaine's life. We're trying to ruin Troy Parrott's transfer. We're stringing Leicester along here. They've started pre-season, and we're off in Germany with the French national side, and we're going to just stay with Mönchengladbach. We're not. I mean, I'm a horrible person. Right, let's forget about the shenanigans and focus on this. It is the quarterfinals of the European Championships against the Czech Republic, and this is the team for the game. Obviously, Kylian Mbappe not part of our tournament squad because of injury. Tanguy Ndombele and Kingsley Coman also injured, and Ndombele might be back. Well, he is going to be back in a week, so could be back for the final. Camavinga is suspended for this one, which means the team is going to be as follows. Alfonso Areola in goal. Ferland Mendy at left back, Hernandez, Saliba and Pavard completing the defence. Kante is going to be in defensive midfield with Rabiot and Pogba completing the midfield. Ousmane Dembele on the right hand side with Thomas Lemar on the left, and then Moussa Dembele, need a goal from him really, up front. I am a good person. Right, anyway, Czech Republic, they've got Patrick Schick up front, always a sort of a striker who can do some damage. Adam Holzek on the right hand side, one of the best sort of real life potential wonder kids. Looks like he's developed amazingly well in this save at the moment, but obviously still can be a threat. I think you would think that we should be winning this game. We should be getting through this one, and obviously we will be sacked if we don't. I think we'll probably be sacked if we don't win the whole tournament, but if we can't make it to the semi-finals, at the very least, we have no hope at all. Right, an early goal would absolutely settle the nerves, just like it did in the previous match against Switzerland, and it's exactly what we've got. A cheeky little finish from Paul Pogba there. The assist from Adrien Rabiot in today because of injury and suspension. This is a massive pitch. I don't know where we are, but it's huge. Anyway, Rabiot, he's lost his hair to Pogba. You can see it's Paul Pogba because of the hair. Lovely finish. Absolutely slide rule finish into the corner of the net from Paul Pogba, and we have got the lead early on. Thomas Lemar with a free kick, which Saliba nearly scores. That would have doubled it, but yeah, good start from us here. Hernandez to Rabiot, working it really smoothly through the Czech players here. Lemar, well, not his best effort in the end. Let's see a little bit more from the boys, and don't want any sort of complacency or any sort of and he's sort of choking. We've got to seal this one, get it done, get the job done, move on to the semi-final. And we're coming forwards with intent and purpose. It looks like here, Rabiot driving forwards, back to Kante, across to Ferland Mendy on the left-hand side, who has been fouled. It looks harsh, apparently. Well, the referee doesn't agree. Paul Pogba on for his second of the match, and he does get it. Very good from him. That's his second penalty he's scored in the tournament so far. 2-0. We are well in control here and looking good to make it into the last four, which should be an absolute minimum as far as we're concerned. And that's half-time. Clinical. Absolutely clinical. 4 shots on target, 2 goals. Very rare for us to see that one. Not a sniff for the Czechs so far, and I hope it continues in the second half. Right, coming forwards again, a third you'd think would absolutely seal this one. Good and proper. Hernandez, Kante, Saliba playing it around really stupidly at the back. I don't like to see that. Don't like to see that nonsense. You've been in the game longer than I have, most of you. You should know. Lamar whistles his shot wide. And we've got to be careful with suspension. Saliba's got a yellow card. He may well be suspended for the semi-final. As a result of that, I'm not too sure. Thomas Lamar, can he put something good in this time? Not quite. Hits the post. Right, 70 minutes gone. We're looking very good indeed. A chance for the Czech Republic, though, cleared by Saliba. And, Václav Černý, who's just come off the bench, I think, with a very, very undeserved, I'm going to say, undeserved goal. Probably a consolation goal for them, you would think, you would hope. How many of our defenders are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of our players just standing there? Not a clue. I guess that's zonal marking for you. Right, we should hopefully be able to see this one out, I would hope. Griezmann on for Dembele. No more highlights would be good for the rest of this one. No more highlights. That would be absolutely brilliant. Time is ticking away here. We better make a couple more changes. Dini is going to come on for Mendy, and then Dembele he's not lived up to my expectations. We'll bring on Anthony Martial to hopefully see this game out and not have to rely on extra time. And indeed we do. A little bit more nervy than I would have liked. I mean, we didn't actually have a single shot on target in the second half ourselves, so not a great second half, but we got the job done. That's what matters. We are into the semi-finals. Right, well, our trick with Troy Parrott didn't work. He's decided that he'd rather go on loan to Leeds than join Leicester, Schalke, Wolfsburg, or indeed Borussia Mönchengladbach, not that we even bid for him. So, okay, that's good. He was going to solve my striker problem at Mönchengladbach, but we need somebody else now. Right, here's the offer from them. I'm kind of more inclined to delay it now that we can't sign Troy Parrott. That was the main reason I wanted to do it. I wish there was a way we could sort of confirm it midweek. I don't know why we have to wait a whole week. It seems a bit annoying for me. We just skipped over the fact that we're playing Croatia in the semi-finals, by the way. A repeat of the World Cup final of 2018. That's an exciting one. The other semi-final will be either Turkey or Spain against Italy. What do we do? Because logically we accept the job now, and then we finish off the Euros, and then we just get some scouting done, get some players signed. That would be the sensible thing to do. They've already started playing friendlies. They've won both of their friendlies so far. When is the first match of note? It's the DFB Pokal first round against Westfalia Rheinern, which is on the 10th of August. We want to have our signings done really before then. Well, so I would say definitely before then, at least for the most part, getting that business done. So it makes sense to take the job now. But then there's part of me that feels like we should delay it for another week, get the semi-finals and hopefully the final of the Euros done, and then see what else is available. But then the problem with that, as we discussed earlier, is that you're then reliant on getting an interview quickly and getting the job quickly, which could then take, and it could potentially be another 2-3 weeks before we would get any of those jobs, if we even did, by which point Mönchengladbach may well have just withdrawn their interest in us anyway. I think we're gonna take it now. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Obviously it's a risk. I think the thing with Leicester is that obviously this is not real life. Leicester Leicester, we took them over as a Championship side. As far as the game's concerned, there's essentially equivalent to a promoted side. We're leaving a promoted side. Yes, that side is a former Premier League champion, but that's kind of how it is. So we're moving from a side that just got promoted and survived, albeit doing quite well, to a team that is a established mid-table Bundesliga side, top half Bundesliga side really, who are in the Europa League. And I think it's a challenge. It's an interesting challenge, but it's a challenge that I'd quite like to take for a variety of reasons. I mean, a massive stadium, 54,000 seats, great facilities too. We've got a lot of money. It's a risk. Of course, it's a risk, but it's a risk I'm prepared to take. I think I'd like to do it. I've never managed in Germany, as I said. Let's get this deal done. We'll see if we can get a bit more money out of them. 45k a week would be nice. 3-year deal, not too bad if we can do that. Maybe, okay, we'll go 43, 42. It's the meaning of life. Give me that one. They're giving me that one. It's the right thing to do. Decision done, and we will click the next click. The next continue will be a pretty momentous moment, so we're going to have to let's just take stock of this. 122 games in charge of Leicester City, 63 wins, 34 draws and 24 defeats. We won Sky Bet Championship last season, of course. Well, season before last, we got them to 7th place in the Premier League. It has been a very successful time overall. Let's just run down some of the players that we've got who have been real stars for us. Neil Etheridge has been just been a rock between the sticks. Kagalos Soyuncu been brilliant at the back for us. Some of these players I'm going to try and sign for Mönchengladbach. Locatelli, maybe. Tymon has been alright. Hamza Chowdhury, an absolute star. Maybe we'll be looking to sign him. Robert Skov, obviously we didn't get to see much of him because of his injury. Maybe we'll see him in a Mönchengladbach shirt. I don't know. I don't think we'll be able to necessarily afford him. Dilrosun, not very good. But Esposito, of course, has gone back to Inter Milan. They're probably going to want to use him this season. He's not up for loan again, so maybe, who knows. But yeah, it's been great. It's been a lot of fun. Obviously, I know if you're watching this way after I've recorded this. For reference, I uploaded the first episode of Leicester yesterday, and now I'm recording the episode in which we leave. But that's just the nature of what I've got to do with my limited time to record, as I work full time, so it just is part of it. It's what happens. But there we go. This is an all over the place episode, isn't it? I hope you can follow along. But we are going to say yes to Borussia Mönchengladbach. Well, we already have. It's too late. We're going to say goodbye to Leicester City. It's been a big part of the journey, but just one part of many, because that's what it is. It's a journey. We will be back in the Premier League one day. I have absolutely no doubt about that. When one of the top jobs is available, I'm going to, of course, go for it. But now it's time to test ourselves in the Bundesliga with Borussia Mönchengladbach in a move that is sure to spark plenty of heated debate. Alex Grant has left Leicester to join Borussia Mönchengladbach. Questions will be raised as to why he's made the decision to change jobs, and he'll face pressure to get immediate success underway. I'm paraphrasing there. 2 million compensation for Leicester, and well, is this the right choice? I don't know. I'm optimistic. We've got ourselves a lot of money to spend. A decent assistant manager here in David Krakildo, I think that's how you say it. He's better than Mark Bonner, that is for sure. Media prediction of 5th, 4-star reputation. I mean, it's going to be a bit of a building job, but I think it's one we can do. There's a suggested team. I mean, the team they were previously playing, I did check, they were previously playing the formation that we like to use anyway, so it shouldn't be too much of an adaptation. We'll see who is who and how things are going a little bit over this episode, but that will be the focus of next time when we come back for the transfers. We need to get back to the European Championships, but yeah, quite quickly. They want to sign players based in Germany, develop players using the club's youth system, and become the best of the rest in the league. We're in the Europa League, of course. They want to get through to the knockout round. They want to qualify for the Champions League if possible, and they want to reach the semi-finals of the DFB Pokal. We will try our best with the money we have on offer and the squad we have got. It's certainly going to be a change. It's going to be interesting, but I'm pretty excited by it. Right, we'll review the ongoing negotiations. Right, this guy's apparently rejected a contract to Everton. I mean, he's pretty decent. I'm glad we didn't sell him. Are we selling this guy or buying this guy? Carlos Gruzio. I mean, we could potentially let him go. Marcos Senesi, I think he's decent. I don't really want to necessarily lose him. We'll probably cancel that one. And then we're getting this guy on a free who was quite good actually, so we might just leave that one. Anyway, right, let's quickly go through all this. So we'll confirm that. That's absolutely fine. Who's unhappy? Matthias Ginter's unhappy. He's quite good. I don't want to necessarily sell him. Hopefully we can persuade him to stay. Wants to leave due to the club failing to qualify for continental football. We have qualified for continental football. What on earth are you on about, mate? We're in the Europa League. I mean, can we just try this one? If we don't qualify for continental football, then you can leave. Realistically, we're not good enough to reach that level. We already are. We're in the... What is this? We're in the Europa League. This is very confusing. Oh, actually, we can persuade him to stay. He just wants money. That's all he really cares about is some cash. I mean, okay, that's fine. I think we can probably afford that. Let's just check that out first of all. I said we were going back to France. We better deal with some of this first. £66,211,000 a week in the wage budget. That's not much. So we might need to sell some players to sort of rejig that one and move some of the money over. But it's not unreasonable. Definitely with the money we've got some room for some improvements. But I think we're looking quite good. We've got some decent core to the team here. But anyway, yeah, many of you may not know me personally. I'm the new Borussia Dortmund manager. I can't speak German yet, but I'm going to try my best. I think this season that we can qualify for Champions League. They love it. We're going to qualify for the Champions League. Everyone's happy. And that is how you join a new team and do a team meeting. Remember at Leicester, couldn't do a team meeting until like 2 months into the job. Right then, lots of potential transfers in the pipeline. We'll worry about that next time in the next episode. Let's just get back and focus after all that excitement on the job in hand with France. And if we do get to the final of the European Championships 2024, we will have to beat Italy there. They have beaten Spain on penalties, 2 goals from Emmanuel Vignato. But if we are going to get there, we have to get past Croatia first, and we are a little bit back more to full strength. Camavinga is no longer suspended, and it doesn't look like anyone else is either. Hopefully no one will be for the final. I think cards are wiped at this stage. We'll bring in Camavinga back in. Rabiot's going to stay there actually because he did really well in the previous match, and Kante don't want to use him too much. Otherwise then the team is going to be exactly the same. Some guys are a little bit unfit, for example Thomas Lemar, but I think at this stage we're just going to have to play our best team. It's the semi-finals, we have to. There's question marks over Dembele. In fact, let's drop Dembele. He's not done anything. We'll give Griezmann the start up top. Right, this is absolutely massive. I think it's important that we remember that. We are a man who has only actually had 1 season of top-flight football, and we're now managing a team in the semi-finals of the European Championships. It's certainly come around very quickly. It's a repeat of the 2018 World Cup final. I mean, these are some quality players in the team for Croatia, including Lovren Mayer, who is at Schalke. There's a lot of players who are at Schalke. I would have quite liked the Schalke job, but we've got Mönchengladbach instead. They've got Livakovic, they've got Kalito Kar, Benkovic, formerly of Leicester, Kovacic, of course. They're a very dangerous team, but then so are we. We've proven that so far. Wasn't the best team talk ever. No one's particularly motivated, but can we start as quickly as we have in the previous 2 rounds, get a goal early on, and just get a strong foothold on this game and even 1 foot in the final. No action in the first 15 minutes, but we do finally have a shot on target. Right, finally the first highlight, 39 minutes on the clock. Dembele forwards, Griezmann flings it to Thomas Lemar. It was a flying pass from Griezmann and a flying finish from Lemar on the left hand side. Let's have a look at the replay of this one. That came about very quickly. Dembele holds the ball up well, gives it off to Griezmann, who just flings it straight away to Lemar, and on the volley Thomas Lemar lashes home. First piece of action we've seen all game, and it's a France goal, and we are halfway to the European Championships final. Pleased with how things are going. Keep it up, boys. I can't ask for anything more than that. It's exactly what we need. Well, no highlights happening until now. This is just the second of the game, and it's Croatia coming forward. So Ousmane Dembele, who I was about to take off, has done something incredibly stupid. He's not even done a Gaza, because Gaza didn't get sent off, but he's got himself literally sent off in the semi-finals of the European Championship. We may well still go through. I hope we do. I'm going to take Lemar off so he doesn't get injured, but we will be without probably one of our best players of the tournament so far. Ousmane Dembele suspended for the final. Time is ticking away here. There's still 3 minutes of added time. I think we're going to see it through though. Very few highlights in the game. Just what was it, 3 in the whole game. I've lost track really. This episode's gone on for quite a long time, but it's a 1-0 win. Excellent performance overall, and we are into the final of the European Championships against Italy. And I think, hopefully, even if we lose, I might not get sacked, but let's try and win. This episode is just going to be even worse than the previous one to edit. But we're going to play the final today. I want to do this in 2 episodes. Right, no Dembele, but we will be playing Italy in the final. I mean, that is just a classic final. France-Italy. Doesn't get much better than that. Italy have some insanely good players in the game this year, considering they didn't qualify for the World Cup in real life. But yeah, Chiesa, Barella, Sandro Tonali, Mandragora, Pellegrini, Romagnoli. I mean, yeah, really good. Right then, the main attraction, it all comes down to this Euro 2024 final, France versus Italy. If we win this, then, well, I mean, that'll be absolutely massive. I mean, maybe we shouldn't have gone to Mönchengladbach, because the reputation increase we'd get from this would be huge. But no, I mean, even if we're just there for 1 season, that is the choice we have made. Anyway, Dembele is going to miss this one because of his idiotic red card in the semi-final. We'll bring Moussa Dembele back up front, and then Griezmann can go on the right hand side. Him and Lamar are not particularly fit, neither is Pogba, neither is the entire defence, because for some reason you just can't rest players between international fixtures, and they don't have any training, so they just don't recover properly. It's really brilliant. Please fix it next year. I think I'm going to bring Kante in place of Rabiot as well, just to have a bit more discipline for this one. So Areola, Mendy, Hernandez, Saliba, Pavard, Camavinga, Kante, Pogba, Lamar, Griezmann and Moussa Dembele. Maybe today's the day he's going to score a goal. Right, we've been through the Italy team already, a lot of their players. We know how good they are. They're very good indeed. This is going to be tough, but these are really the 2 best teams in the world at the moment. I expect nothing but a win from this match, because it's the final. You can't go into the final not expecting to win. Right, we've kind of edged our way through all the knockout stages by narrow score lines. One goal wins in all of them. Italy got through on penalties against Spain, so I'm expecting a bit of a tight, cagey affair, and that certainly seems to be what we've seen in the first 27 minutes, because we haven't seen anything. Right, that was an absolutely thrilling first half for the European Championship final. It's the final. We've had 2 shots on target, not a single piece of action. Our players are very, very unfit. I'm going to say I'm happy, keep the morale up, but Pavard is on 66%, Mendy's on... Lamar's not fit either. This is going to be an issue, but they're having similar issues as well. A lot of their players are lacking in fitness too. No one's really playing very well on either team. This is just... it's disappearing. The game is disappearing. Let's demand more. Demand more. We're going to need to... I'm going to have to take Pavard off. It's a risk, because Fournier is our youngest player in the team, but Pavard is dropping like a stone. Mendy as well, down to 58%. He's going to have to go off for Luca Dean, and Thomas Lamar as well. Bring on Anthony Martial. I mean, I've made all 3 changes, but time is ticking away. We should get an extra sub in extra time, and that's where things are heading. Are we going to have no highlights in the entire 90 minutes? We are. Griezmann, free kick, Saliba, over. 1 highlight in the 90 so far. 4 minutes of injury time. It's going to be going to extra time. I don't really want to go attacking, but maybe we should. I'm going to say disappointing. Some of the undemotivated by that. That was probably a stupid thing to do. We have got 1 more sub to make. Who do we take off? Pogba or Griezmann? I mean, I kind of want to leave Pogba on in case it goes to penalties, but then we don't really have any other wingers. Probably because I forgot to put Kingsley Coman on the bench. I don't think he was necessarily fully recovered in time. But, I mean, it's Aouar we're going to bring on. Whether we bring him on for Pogba or Griezmann, that is the question. Right, I'm going to risk it, and I'm going to take Griezmann off. That's probably stupid, but that's what we're going to do. Digne, we've got a highlight. It might just be a fake highlight. Anthony Martial on the left-hand side, a bit of fitness and pace. Pogba puts it back into the middle, and Dembele cannot score. Was a glorious chance, and Italy now coming forwards. The change has still not been made. Vignato beats his man, puts the ball into Immobile, and Ciro Immobile has potentially won it for Italy. That's the only highlight we've seen for them in what has been a barren match of any quality. and that's a piece of quality. And, well, very good goal. And we have still got time to save this, 25 minutes to save this. Do we take off Griezmann or do we take off Pogba? I think, right, I'm going to take off Pogba. We've got to go for this, and Griezmann's playing better, so we're going to take off Pogba for our... I'm already regretting it. It's too late now. We've got to go attacking. We have to go for this, because if we don't, then we'll regret it forever. We're in the final of European Champions. Come on. We've been brilliant. We're on a massive winning run. We've not lost a single match as France boss. Don't end it like this. Don't end it like this. Get creative. There's 9 minutes to go. Time is just disappearing. Finally a highlight. Please, can we be creative? Griezmann, we kept him on ahead of Pogba. Can he do something? Fournier on the right hand side. Please find a ball across. He finds Anthony Martial. And there we go. There's the equaliser. Substitutes combine. Luc Fournier, the only regen in the squad, finds the ball. His crossing's not very good, but that was a good cross. And Anthony Martial, pretty much a carbon copy of the goal that Italy scored, heads home what could be the most important goal of his career. It's 1-1. Seconds left on the clock. We're going to demand more. It's going to go to penalties, though. I know it's going to go to penalties. It is. We took Paul Pogba off to gamble. It was worthwhile to get the equaliser, I think. But I can't even watch. I can't even watch. Immobile, the goal scorer, scores his penalty. Anthony Martial, our goal scorer, can he score his? Yes, he can, at least. 1-1. It's just like the 2006 World Cup final. Belotti steps up and scores. Dembele has not scored all tournament. Can he score in the shootout? At least he can do that. Florenzi, he's got to be ancient by this point. He scored his penalty, though. Antoine Griezmann, we kept him on ahead of Paul Pogba, and he repays the faith. 3-3. Right, okay, that's at least it won't be because of my incompetence. Mandragora saved by Areola, and Hossein Aouar off the bench to give us the advantage, which he does. We're getting into John Terry territory, and well, for I think the first time ever on Football Manager 20, as far as I'm concerned, it is the AIs to... Well, the AI could go out here. Vignato, who got the assist for the goal for Italy, misses it. He misses it. And we have won the European Championships 4-3 on penalties. Oh my goodness me. I think I'm going to have a heart attack. Because the thing is, obviously we're the number one ranked side. We're the best team in the world. Obviously we were the favourites for the competition. But that, in many ways, just brings far higher pressure and expectation. Because there is that expectation. Because you're expected to win. We've won it. We've won our third competition of the save. And what a one to do it with. League One, the Championship, and now the European Championships. It's a bit of a step up, isn't it? It's a bit of a step up. Goodness gracious me. What a way to do it as well. It looked like we threw it away in injury time, but we have got the job done. And that is simply sensational. There's no other way to describe it. I mean, the question is now, do we get the England job? Because I'm assuming Gareth Southgate has been sacked. He has not. He has not been sacked from what I can see. The France under-23 job is still available. I don't know what's going to happen with the Olympics. I don't know if we're even going to be there. But we ruined that man's life, that's for sure. Alain, poor Alain. But the England job's not available, so yeah, I guess we just stay where we are. Oh, well, there you go then. What can you say about that? It's been a mammoth 2 episodes all over the place with our club and international futures, but we have won what could well be probably the biggest trophy, potentially the biggest trophy that we win in the entire save. We've won the European Championships with France. It's fantastic. We've got ourselves a new job with Borussia Mönchengladbach. There's an argument to be made now that having won the Euros, maybe that's a little bit... we could have tried to get somewhere a little bit better. I don't know, but it was a risk. It'll be interesting to see what jobs become available as a result of these international vacancies, if any, that we could have got that would have been an improvement on Mönchengladbach, even if we would have got them. I'm excited by Mönchengladbach. I think it's a good squad, a good opportunity to do well. And as we said, it's a journeyman. If things don't go amazingly well, then, well, our reputation is significantly higher as a result of the Euro win, up to 80%, 4 stars. We can just go next summer. But anyway, we have got a season in the Bundesliga to look forward to with Mönchengladbach. That'll be what we do next time. Maybe the Olympics will be mentioned in some way. I don't know. I don't know if we're even going to manage that. It's a bit confusing situation, which I probably mucked up. But whatever happens, we will be back next time with some transfers having been made. We will go fully through the squad and we will play. I think we will potentially... I think what we'll do is we'll go to the Mainz game, the first Bundesliga game. I'm going to assume we're going to get past the DFB Pokal first round. It would be embarrassing if we didn't. So we will be back with the transfers and our first match of the league season against Mainz. Our first match outside of England from a club perspective anyway. We've been all over the place from an international perspective. But there we go. Leave a like if you enjoyed winning Euro 2024. I certainly did. I need to go and lie down now after that final. Leave a like if you're excited for what's going to happen with Borussia Mönchengladbach. Post a comment as well and tell me if you think I have been a complete moron for doing this. But whatever happens, with all that said, thank you very much for watching and I will see you next time for the start of Season 6.